I'm gonna let this warm up. Yeah, it's streaming a lot, but I want to show you guys what I mean by making it worse. Watch. That's way worse for the shaking. That's better. Worse. And finally, the exact same. So something is up with this because I'm not getting any power here. I'm going to check the power, but it has something to do with these for sure, because I don't think it's the coil pack. I'll even put the new one on just to be sure, but I know it's not the coil pack. So with the valve cover gasket, which is a Fel Pro, not the best, but you know, works out. Comes with everything you need. It's on there. I cut this. It doesn't matter if you cut this or not. It's just a pre-made thing. I cut this thinking, you know, just put it on first. Make sure these guys are on there good. So once you screw it in, it'll seal right there. I'm just gonna clean that off a little bit. So that no oil, which it looks like that's part of the problem there. These guys are what really take care of the seating the spark plugs, but maybe this one helps a little bit. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put the valve cover back on, put the coils back on. I'm not gonna put the last coil because now I think it was just this spark plug that was really bad. But if it's a coil, then I'll put it on. So we'll see. Alrighty, putting the cover back. All right, so inside the engine now, we can see it's pretty dirty. Like my wife's car was really, really clean. This is pretty dirty, but it's okay. It's one of these cars that doesn't really need a lot of maintenance. Timing chain looks pretty loose, actually. That's might need a lot of tension, a lot more tension, but don't really think it should be that loose. Anyway, I think I'll find the problem. That doesn't look like a good coil. And if you're ever going to get a coil, spark plug, sorry, I'm talking coil because the coil is over there. Get NGK, these, and make sure they're real. Some of them are fake. Anyway, get them all the same, because if you do get one that's different, things like this happen. These look fine, surprisingly, but these are probably better. These are the G-Power, these are the Radium BK, different series. These are the platinum alloy. Same difference, but the brand matters. NGK, best way to go with Japanese cars. All right, so I'm gonna put all four in. Gotta get your little spark plug on with the rubber top hat. And you just tighten them in by hand all the way, and then one little ratchet to the end, and then you're good to go. Taking this very, very shaky Scion XB, and we're gonna be fixing that problem. So it's a misfire, but I still haven't figured out the cause of it. It's a random misfire, the whole thing shakes. We're fixing the valve cover gasket because there is oil not only in the spark plugs but also all over the place. So we're gonna do that as well. It seems to me that one coil or one of these plugs is broken, because to test misfire, you have to see where it shakes. And unplugging this one, it shakes worse. Unplugging this one, it shakes worse. Unplugging this one, it shakes worse. And unplugging this one doesn't change anything, you know, at all. So this guy is either a bad coil or it has a bad connection somewhere, and I need to figure it out. But first, we're gonna take the valve cover off, spark plugs out, and then we're gonna replace the valve cover gasket and the spark plugs and one coil. So as you guys can see, I already switched this cylinder to that cylinder. Unplugging this one does nothing again, and unplugging this one this one does nothing, and this one makes it worse. So this is maybe not a bad coil, maybe just a bad connection here, missing a pin, or just bad connection overall. These are already broken, so it seems to me like they've been replaced before, but maybe not well. So we'll see. That one came right out, and you're supposed to be able to clip them out. So these are all 10s. There's a bunch of 10s everywhere. I'm gonna disconnect the injectors, clean them out, but for right now, just starting to unscrew everything. This is weird. as I'm driving, the check engine light turned off on its own, and the shaking kind of subsided, but it's still kind of there. I'm gonna see how it is, how it idles. Maybe it just has a super low idle, which means maybe a camshaft position sensor, but I'm not sure. So let's find out right now. Now we're gonna be idling. Okay. Yeah, still shaking, not as bad. And check engine light, which is over there, turned off on its own, like it flickered off. So I'm wondering, maybe all the shaking is a bad engine mount now that the check engine light went away. But I won't know until the check engine light comes back on, if it's something else. Because honestly, like a 2000 stops rattling and stuff. So it's kind of weird. But it's pretty easy stuff, you know. Could be an engine mount. Because check engine light is off, so it's no longer a misfire. Shaking must be from an engine mount. But what's weird is that when I give it more RPM, it stops. Anyway, anybody knows what it could be, let me know in the comments. I'll check out the motor mounts, but other than that, I'm done with this car for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.